Hi, I am Aditya, a high school researcher from India with a strong interest in AI, ethics, and wants to contribute to responsible innovation. One day, while generating AI images just for fun, I noticed something interesting. Whenever I use prompts related to different religions, the AI often represented Hindus as gurus or babas and Buddhists as monks. That made me curious. I started wondering how widespread these patterns really were across different AI image generation models, and more importantly, whether there was a standardized way to evaluate them. That curiosity eventually led to the development of CRIB. So today, I am presenting CRIB, Cultural and Religious Bias Identification Benchmark, a benchmark designed to address one of the emerging challenges of generative artificial intelligence, the absence of a standardized method for evaluating cultural and religious representation in AI generated images. CREP contributes to United Nations SDG 10, reduce inequalities, because it helps to identify cultural and religious biases in AI image generators. Artificial intelligence is no longer a technology of the future. Today, it helps create the images we see online, supports education, powers creative tools, and influences how millions of people understand the world. From education to design, AI generated images increasingly influence how societies perceive people, cultures, and identities. Yet these systems are not inherently neutral. When an AI consistently associates particular religions or cultures with stereotypes, inaccurate symbols, or limited representation, those outputs can reinforce existing inequalities amongst content consumers. The challenge is not confined to one religion or one community. Rather, it is viable for all people in the world connected with their religion and affects every group whose identity deserves accurate and respectful representation. As AI continues to shape public perception at a global level, fairness in representation becomes a global responsibility rather than a technical preference. Although numerous studies have demonstrated existence and examples of AI bias, a fundamental challenge remains. The AI community still lacks a standardized benchmark specifically designed to evaluate cultural and religious biases across image generation models. Without standardized evaluation, comparisons between models become difficult and inconsistent. Research becomes difficult to reproduce, and progress becomes difficult to measure. This raises an important question. How can we improve fairness among AI systems if we cannot first measure it consistently? CRIP was developed to answer that question. Rather than proposing another AI image generation model, CRIP introduces a standardizing benchmarking framework capable of evaluating existing and future image generation systems through a common methodology. The benchmark combines 35 carefully designed prompts with a 5-point structured evaluation rubric, allowing every model to be assessed under identical conditions. More importantly, CRIB is model agnostic because its methodology is not restricted to a single AI platform. Any present or future image generation model can be evaluated using the same benchmark, enabling meaningful comparisons across technologies. This transforms discussions surrounding AI fairness from isolated observations into systematic evaluation. Measurement is the foundation of improvement, and CRIB provides that measurement. A practical solution must not only identify a problem, it must also be usable. CRIB requires no modification to existing AI systems. Instead, it provides researchers, developers, and organizations with a structured framework that can be incorporated directly into model evaluation workflows. Its methodology is transparent, repeatable, scalable, and adaptable as image generation technology continues to evolve. By lowering the barrier to consistent evaluation, CRIB enables fairness to become measurable rather than subjective. Every day, millions of AI generated images shape how people perceive cultures and religions. If these systems are biased, those biases can spread at an unprecedented scale. CRIB helps us detect those biases consistently so that future AI systems can become more transparent and equitable. To validate the framework, We have begun applying CRIB across multiple AI image generation models. The completed evaluations demonstrate that the benchmark can consistently identify differences in cultural and religious representation using the same standardized methodology. These preliminary findings establish the feasibility of the framework while laying the foundation for its continued expansion into a larger benchmark. The preliminary findings also reveal patterns of ethnic and gender representation that warrant further investigation as the benchmark expands. A solution is only meaningful if it can be implemented in a practical and systematic way. The first stage of CRIB has already been completed. We have designed the benchmark methodology, created all 35 benchmark prompts, developed a specialized 5-point evaluation rubric for each prompt, and begun validating the framework by evaluating multiple AI image generation models. The next stage is to complete the evaluation of the remaining prompts and further validate the benchmark across additional AI image generation models. This will strengthen the reliability of the framework and provide a more comprehensive dataset. Following validation, we plan to publish CRIB's methodology and documentation so that researchers, educators, and AI developers can use the benchmark to evaluate their own models under a common standard. The fourth stage is to collaborate with academic institutions, AI researchers, and developers to refine the benchmark based on community feedback and practical applications. Finally, CRIB will continue to evolve alongside advances in AI by expanding to include additional cultures, religions, languages, and future image generation models, ensuring that the benchmark remains relevant, scalable, and useful over time. Reducing inequalities extends beyond economics and public policy. It also includes ensuring that the technologies shaping our future represent humanly aspects fairly. CRIB contributes to SDG 10 by providing a practical mechanism for evaluating digital inequality within AI generated content. By enabling transparent assessment, encouraging accountability, and supporting more inclusive AI development, the benchmark promotes technological progress that benefits diverse communities rather than unintentionally disadvantaging them. Artificial intelligence will continue to influence how billions of people create, understand, and perceive the world. As these systems become more powerful, our methods for evaluating them must become equally rigorous. CRIB represents one step towards that future because before artificial intelligence can become truly fair, fairness must first become measurable. Thank you.